Hello, this is Evan Lahti over at PC Gamer, and here I am in MechWarrior Online. I've hopped into MechWarrior Online to sort of talk about a weirdly specific topic, and that's that I think mechs are the most fun thing to shoot in a video game. Across the board, you know, if you lined up all the enemies from monsters and helicopters to zombies and whatever else you can think of, mechs would be the most fun, the most sort of inherently fun thing to shoot at. And it's simply because I think mechs have kind of the most interesting mechanics in gaming. They have the most interesting set of mechanics working together as an enemy, as a singular target. So what are those? What are those mechanics? Well, durability is sort of a mechanic and a concept inherent to mechs. It's unique to mechs. They take a lot of damage to kill. They're hard to kill. They're heavily armored. But it's not just durability, right? Just the fact that it takes a long time to kill something doesn't make it fun. Just as if a Counter-Strike enemy had, 3 times the amount of hit points it normally has, it wouldn't make it more fun, right? It might actually make it less fun to shoot at because we have expectations about the way a sniper rifle should work. If we shoot somebody in the head, they should die, things like that. So it's not just durability. But I think it is the way that durability works with the other mechanics in the game, like modular damage. And modular damage being, the notion that if I shoot an Atlas or a Jenner, in their left torso, if they're in their arm, they're taking damage specifically in that segment. It's sort of all the discrete parts of the mech body have, discrete hit points, hit point pools. It's not one singular thing that I'm depleting. And sort of, those two mechanics, that's sort of fundamentally forming the basis for mechs caring about where I shoot them. And this is sort of just a universally, inherently good thing for shooters to do. Shooters should care about how I shoot, right? That's kind of inherent to the term. So, yeah, and just, again, sort of to draw a comparison here, think about skee-ball as a shooter. Kind of a weird concept, I know, but, you're throwing something at a target. Targets are an enemy, I guess, if you want to draw those comparisons. But, think about a particularly bad version of skee-ball, this hypothetically weird version of skee-ball that I'm making up right now, where there's just one basket, there's one ring to shoot at, to throw your ball at. And that's not very fun, right? There's no system in place for evaluating how good you are necessarily. Yes, you're still rolling the ball, and that has some fun associated with it, I guess. But there's no judgment happening. This is sort of a key word with mechs, I think. The game isn't judging you. And a target having segments is sort of a system of judgment. It's saying that, okay, there's a left arm, there's a right arm, there's middle, left and right torso, there's 2 legs, there's rear armor, and not all of these things are symmetrical. They're not all the same. Different equipment is stored in them. Different weapons are stored in them. And part of the fun and the skill involved in MechWarrior is identifying and reading your target, either from prior knowledge, I recognize this Atlas loadout. He's definitely got his a powerful energy weapon in his left arm. I'm going to shoot that, or sort of doing it on the fly. And that's really, that sort of physical awareness is so unique. It's something worth celebrating, I think. If again comparing it to sort of traditional humanoid shooters, if I can invent that genre, most encounters in Counter-Strike, sorry, If I turn a corner with a P90 or a M16 or something, it's usually over in a few seconds. It's I see the guy, I spray or I shoot, he shoots back maybe, but there's not a lot of opportunity for sort of this back and forth that MechWarrior allows that I love, and that does come as a result of the durability. But what's sort of taking place in all that time that the durability allows are these cool thought processes about okay, I think I got his arm, or yes, I got his arm, I'm dealing damage, and that sort of feeling of dealing damage over time, and seeing it conveyed through a laser, seeing it conveyed also through the 2D damage display. MechWarrior is full of all this good feedback too. That's another cool aspect of it. So that's just sort of a general rundown of my feelings about why I think mechs are especially interesting as enemies and targets. You can read the rest of them on PCGamer.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link to that article there. But I just think it's a worthy topic. It's worth talking about. Guns themselves aren't the only things, and the world itself isn't the only thing that makes shooters fun. I think enemies have a lot to do with the enjoyment we have in shooters, the way they respond and act, and the mechanics they're sort of imbued with.
Heat level critical. Enemy base is being captured. Heat level critical.